Did creative
But
services ever hand you anything? Like, this is the way we envision Jim Cornette looking?
no, no. I'll say, well, I'll address that, but I'll say one more thing about that's why when the bodies went up there full time, they were working in the middle and they weren't in the tag team title picture at all. And, because it was now they're there. But the only time that anybody ever see, I think I've told this story, but it's been years. Our friend Kevin Dunn, Jennifer Good, who was one of the producers there, had been there for ages and worked with us when we did voiceovers, the announcers, and everything. A great, great young lady. She came to me one time, had a box, and she said, "Here, this is from Kevin Dunn." I thought, at first, I wanted to dip it in water, right, or see if it was ticking. But I opened the top of it. It was a couple of those nice collared shirts in red and black with the WWF logo when they got the scratchy thing and they got the, the attitude or whatever the fuck. Well, thank you. I guess, I thought it was presents for all of the announcers or the TV staff or whatever. I said, well, thank him. I appreciate it. She said, no, he wants you to wear these on the air. I said, okay. I said, but you won't be able to really see the logo. I got my jacket on or whatever. And she said, well, no. She wanted me to just like Kevin Kelly and Michael Cole and the announcers at that time were just wearing the open collared WWF shirts. So what she didn't want, but basically he was saying, just dress like the rest of the announcers. And I said, well, is Lawler going to do that? Well, I don't think so. I said, well, tell Kevin I appreciate these shirts and I still have them to this day in my office here. And I said, I'll start wearing them when the King does. Because that ain't my gimmick to look like Michael Cole and Kevin Kelly. I'm wearing the tie. I'm wearing the fucking jacket. And I'm using the tennis racket even and sometimes when I'm interfering or whatever the fuck, even as an announcer. So I'd look kind of stupid sitting out there looking like Mo, Larry, and Curly with Michael Cole and Kevin Kelly, but I'm the one carrying a tennis racket.
What if they gave you a microphone shaped like a tennis racket?
Well, now that might be different. But no, here was the thing. Because this was at a point where I was doing more announcing and wasn't managing. I would bop back in every now and then, as we know. And I wouldn't have minded transitioning to announcing at that point and doing that. But I wasn't going to have Kevin Dunn have one of the producers give me a goddamn box of shit and just say, well, here, don't do the gimmick you've been doing in some form or fashion for the past 15 years. If Vince had come and said, well, Corny, why don't you dress up and be an announcer and do that type of thing? Okay. Then you've asked me and I've agreed to it. But be handed a box of fucking monogrammed shirts? Fuck you, you fucking bucktooth son of a bitch. I will not change my gimmick on a secondhand message from you. And so then, a year and a half later, or whenever it was, when I started doing the commentary and was the matchmaker for the public consumption in OVW, I wore fucking matching shit. Because I'm an executive now. I didn't do the goddamn pink pants and whatever the fuck. But that's because I was changing my presentation. I wasn't going to change my fucking presentation to the world on worldwide television for fucking a spot that I was having that was changing on a regular basis. And when the fucking head of the company had not even asked me to do it.
Do you think if you hadn't gone back to Louisville, if you had been able to just live within that system, as awful as it was, a little bit longer, or a few years longer, you think that would have been your future role there, transitioning into full-time commentary? Jim Herd's dream?
All things having worked out, that probably yes. But at the same time, I think if I'd have stayed there a few more years, I would have transitioned full-time into prison.
All right, well, there's no transition from that. So why not time travel?
Hold on. Let me get the seatbelt.
Buckle up, you got the helmet?
Hold on.
Stan's helmet?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Hold your hair in place?
Actually, a possum mistook that hair helmet for another possum and fucked it to death many years ago.
You think he would ever do a personal appearance wearing? Because everyone knows what he looks like now, so he can't. Everyone knows that it's not a real thing. But if he wore like a Stan Lane wig, would he do it? You think?
No. No, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't do it, but in the tag
I'm sure
teams-
Steve would do it.
Steve would do it. But in the tag team set of the Heavenly Bodies that's going on sale, the picture that comes autographed with it, and also the picture on the beautifully illustrated display box, does have Stan wearing the pelt on his head. It's right in that era. It didn't last long, but it's there. It captured for posterity.